We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We're also going to talk about a dev call that I had this morning and some of the things that I shared with the developers and my general feeling on that call. We're also going to go over Sasquatch and ISO and T4s. And we've also got the third week of Pride week where there's hidden gems inside the game. It's Pride month, rather. The first one can be found in Villains 6-6, and that's the Kitty Pride node, and that's where you get the teal stone. Now, the blue Pride stone is not available if you already finished your daily activities. So if you complete all your daily activities, so that was back in the day where you got like your Wolverine or whatever. So I guess I have to wait until my account resets at the end of the night. Now, there are a lot of opinions and thoughts about Sasquatch, and I'm going to make a case for Fortifier, Skirmisher, and then also Striker on some level. So there's a lot of different thinking, and I'm going to initially go with Fortifier, but that may not be optimal for raids. As far as T4s, pretty much have to do all of them. You know, the passive, the ultimate, the special, even the basic is going to be pretty important for the 2 deflects. And if you're going to do Striker, that is going to be of good use because that is a part of the ISO attack. Now, as far as Fortifier, and that's pretty straightforward why I'm thinking Fortifier, and that mostly just has to do with he's a tank and all that stuff. And if you're going to do, let's say, and focus on Alliance War, makes a lot of sense in Alliance War to have Fortifier. Now, raids are a little different. In raids, a couple things happen where there's a 100% chance to counterattack. So Skirmisher can be pretty good with that, applying vulnerables all over the place. Now, and his special also, even though this, not the special, but the ultimate, even though it has 500% extra focus, it's pretty important to land this trauma. And so, for me on the test server, when I tested Sasquatch, I was playing with a 5-5, 5 red, 5 yellow, and I had no problems. And I did Fortifier, and it was fine. Other people thought that Skirmisher was a better option for the reasons I just stated. And then lastly, some people are doing Striker, and that is to get the deflects. And there really isn't a obvious choice on this team for Striker. So I don't know. I'm going to try Fortifier, and if I have problems in the raids, then I will be switching to Skirmisher. Now, we have a blog post, and the most important thing in the blog post is going to be that Black Knight is going to be in the Crucible store, and I 1000% was not expecting that. Black Knight is a Dark Promotion credit character. Dark Promotion credit characters were not slated to be farmable or available at 7 yellows at the end of the 6-month window like the rest of the characters in the game. That was something that they started with the player voice movement. We're also going to talk about that here in a minute. So, Black Knight, we're going to go over the other two as well. Before we get into that, Battle and Blitz starting on the 22nd, Mercs for Money, Mercs Golden Bounty event, and I don't know, you just run it through 5 times on Saturday and 5 times on Sunday and get the gold based on the star levels. Rank high in Arena, and this is going to be for the Amcan orb fragments and the On Guard for the event. And for me, this is a little bit concerning on my baby account because the 1 versus 1 Old Man Logan stalemate that's happening in Arena has really made Arena unfun on my baby account, which is only 2-3 months old. Battle in Crucible on the 24th for the On Guard for the event. Also, there will be a Crucible video coming out tomorrow morning that not only features the normal recommendations that I get from players in the community. In fact, this one right here I did with Duelam. We also talk about my baby account. So if you're looking for Crucible recommendations, and let's say you don't have like Apocalypse or Super Scroll, I believe that video will be super helpful for you, and that'll be coming out tomorrow. Spins Showcase Energy. So this is going to be for Alpha Flight. Now we have the 5th member of the Alpha Flight team, so we can go to the end in theory on the Showcase event now. Battle in raids and earn ally supplied orbs also on the 24th. We're going to get into the Bleakley blog and we're gonna go, and we're just gonna go through this quickly. Sasquatch comes out today, tomorrow, and Sunday will be the Burks for Money, where you do it 5 times. Raid season reward updates, we're gonna go over that. And I haven't done deep analysis. One person mentioned to me that it didn't look that favorable, but we're gonna go over that and the T4 situation. The raid season reward updates will go into effect on Sunday. Then we're going to be on guard for 3 earn and Amcan orb fragments from Arena Rewards, Battle and Cosmic Crucible. Glorious and free web milestones. Spend experimental energy from far and wide. Battle and raids. Collect the allied supply 5 orb fragments and collect milestone points from Spotlight raids. Strike Pass. Dakin. He's actually turned out to be a pretty cool character. I like that guy. Especially if you're playing against teams that have a lot of stealth. He just gets so much turn meter. It seems pretty good. And in bleed synergy, I think there's a Crucible Secret Defender with Dakin counter that seems pretty promising. Very interesting, because then you get the bleeds, which synergizes with Robbie. This is already happened. I believe this is the initial pass of the blog, and I haven't hit refresh, but that's an old thing. Team Loki Blitz, whatever. Blitz with Bifrost, whatever. And then I guess this is going to be the 4th week of the Pride event. So that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the video with the node on Kitty Pride. Black Knight to the Cosmic Crucible store, Star Brand to the Raid store and Raid Orb. And then this is interesting. Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to be featured in the Spotlight Raid Orb. Void Knight moves to the Spotlight Raid Orb. Side pillar along with other Hive Mind characters, replacing Superior 6. Select group of Spider-Verse characters, replace Sinister 6. Now, this is kind of the return to the Horde meta that I was talking about a couple weeks ago. And for me, I did not need Void Knight. And so this is a thing. In general, if the orb doesn't give you anything that's going to progress your roster, there's no reason to open it. And you can see that's why I have 40,000 and 60 or, all these tens of thousands of orbs, because they don't do anything for my roster. If they had gold in them, I would be opening them, but there's no gold in them. So I've saved up 79 of these because I didn't need Void Knight. And the thing that's interesting to me about this is that 3 weeks ago, they said something to the effect that they don't have any immediate plans to change the contents of the orb. So this feels like a quick turnaround. 3 weeks seems longer than, I don't remember the exact wordage, but this seems like they just told us that they weren't going to change it, and now they are only 3 weeks later. But they may have different semantics with that time frame. But yes, Horde. Player voice council vote. And I'm not going to read this, but Sevi did tell me that there's 4 open positions out of 8. And they're looking for various different kinds of players. And one extreme would be free to play, and the other extreme would be heavy spenders, right? And so the players counselor is made up of players with different spending levels. And you apply, go to their Discord and do all of that. And the time commitment is about 5 to 10 hours a week. And so this is going to give interaction, that other community members do have with the developers. And since we're talking about communication with the developers, I was in a conference call this morning, and I'm not going to talk about what they said because that's under NDA, but I will share with you the questions that I had for them and some of the other questions that the other envoys had for them. And in general, because I've been talking to them for a long time, I felt like the answers were good and well received, and that they were aware of 95% of the situations that we were talking about. And so, was it perfect? No. Was I happy with everything? No. But was it generally good and better than most of the Scopely calls? Yes. So here's some of the things that I brought up. The 1 versus 1 Old Man Logan meta that's affecting my new player account. Where is the road ahead? What is going on with Battle World? What is going on with Moments? What's going on with the Cosmic Crucible rewards compression on, the different levels like Diamond and all that stuff? When are we going to get a new raid? There's all kinds of things that we asked. And one of the other things that I wanted to talk about is that they did mention back in November, and this was supposed to be a 6 to 9 months in the future. They did mention Battle World in this. And then there was another call with the head guy over there where he revealed that Battle World was delayed internally for 4 months. So I don't know that this is going to meet that 9-month timetable. Well, they said 9 months. So 9 months from November plus the 4 months that they said it was delayed. I guess that puts it out a little bit further based on the information. The other thing that he mentioned in that call was some sort of tech overhaul or graphics overhaul, and he said that the game would look better. So I don't know when that's coming, but that's something also that I am expecting. All right, let's keep going. We talked about the Players Council. If you want to get involved with that, there's an application, all that stuff, and that can be found on their Discord server. And do we have anything else? I think that's all we have to talk about today. Oh, no. Raid reward updates. That was the last thing. I knew there was one more thing. So they're moving the T4s towards the end. So on June 24th, the Greek 4 raids will receive a significant increase to T4 ability rewards. As part of a raid reward reorganization, T4 ability materials are being removed from the new raid season starting June 23rd. In addition, gear orbs in the raid season milestone will be converted to their equivalent value in raid credits. So instead of receiving them, unneeded purple and raid orange credits, you can purchase teal uniques and teal epic orbs with your milestone rewards. A small amount of orange and teal basic catalysts will also be added to make the rewards more appealing. All right, so I'm sure somebody will do some number crunching. From the initial look at it, it looks better, but I'll have to see. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Bye for now.